Good morning. Today I'm going to read from Ephesians in chapter 2, beginning in verse 1. As for you, you were dead in your transgressions and sins, in which you used to live when you followed the ways of this world. All of us also lived among them at one time, gratifying the desires of our sinful nature. Like the rest, we are by nature objects of wrath. But because of God's great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in our sins. It is by grace that we have been saved. One of my favorite passages, and if I were to recommend a passage to remember to understand God and the essence of the gospel, it would be this one from Ephesians chapter 2. And it talks about some very important components of the gospel. One is our sin, and that this passage talks about how you and I chose to live for our own selfish desires, and we rejected God to live for our own desires. And then it talks about our condition. It says that you and I are dead in our sins. Because we chose to reject God, that's our state. We're rejected from Him, and we are dead, spiritually dead. But God doesn't want this. He loves us. And it says, God, because of His great love for us, He extended His mercy to you and I, and you and I are saved by God's grace. Mercy is described as you and I not getting what we deserve, and what we deserve is death. And it says in verse 4, so that's your memory verse for the week, because of His great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, forgave us through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. We'll talk more over the coming weeks of Ephesians chapter 2. Thank you for listening.